Hi, let's continue to create this animated title. Now we have our first screen, which is this one, once upon a time. Then we will go to another screen that will say something else. But for now, let's keep on this first screen because I'm going to create the particles that are going to be floating around there. Remember that I told you about the particle world and we did some things with it. Now we are going to create some other particles here to add some nice features, and of course these particles will be on 3D space, so we will be able to zoom in and zoom out, and they will be there floating around this composition. So you probably remember how to create the particle world, but let's go again. Go to layer, new, and solid. Create a new solid, whatever color, and now let's write particle world, and double click on it, and now the layer will change to this. Now as you can see, the first screen, we can even see the particles, but if we advance, they start. So I want these particles to be from the beginning. So to accomplish that, we're going to take this layer, and you can see that if you click on the layer, you can drag the layer to any point. If I want this layer to start from the second 15, I drag it to the second 15, and we won't be seeing any particles up to the second 15. So right now what I want to do is to drag this layer out of there, so that when the animation begins, the particle world has already started. And then we can click on the edge and drag it over so that it lasts for the 15 seconds that the animation will last. So you can see that now our particles are there when we begin. Okay. Now, first let's click on grid and guides, and let's remove all of this because they are not good to us, and they are taking a lot of space here on our screen. So leave it as it is. And now let's select a different kind of particles. Let's first go to the producer and change the settings of the radius on the 3 axes. So right now they are on 0.025. Let's drag this a lot because we're going to be moving along the space. So we're going to be moving to the left, then to the top, then we're going to zoom in. So we need the particles to be all around this 3D world that we're going to be creating here. So increase this by, I don't know, we can maybe 5 on each side. All right. Yeah, I think this is enough. We can change this anytime, either way. So this actually looks good, but this is not what we're after. We're going to the physics, and let's first change the particle. Let's go to the particle, and instead of line, we're going to select a motion polygon. Now we have this sort of pyramids floating around. Let's change this to half. Yeah, this looks nice. All right, now Let's take a look at the birth size and the death size. The death size should be smaller, like 100, 0.100, and the birth size should be around 0.4, so that we get different sizes, because before they were all the same size. Now we want some to be small and some to be big. Size variation, let's change this to 100%. Alright. Alright, now let's change the colors. The birth color should be blue. Like this one. And the death color should be a darker blue. Alright. Now, as we open this axis a lot, we increase the radius a lot on each axis, we are seeing less particles. So we need to compensate by increasing the birth rate here. You can see the birth rate. Let's increase it to 10. So now we see more particles because there are more particles being born. Alright, this looks good for now. Now it's time to play with the physics of this particle world. Open the physics, and right now it's on explosive. Let's see how it looks with some vortex. Alright, now that's better. They look really fine, but they are too fast, so we need to decrease the velocity to 0.2, and let's see how that looks. Okay, they are slower now, and I like the fact that they are not on one single angle, but they are floating around like very random movement. And that's because of this animation, the vortex animation. If we change this to maybe fire, the animation is different. It's like little particles of fire floating to the air. And this looks good too, but I like, for this animation, I like the vortex animation more. Alright, this is really nice. This is going really well. Now, I want these particles to be floating around some more. Right now they are coming from here and they go to the bottom. They are falling. So I'm going to play with the gravity, and I'm going to reduce the gravity by a lot, almost to 0. And you can see that they are now floating instead of falling. Maybe we should increase this just a little so that they are still. Alright, now let's increase their resistance so that they try to remain on the same place for more time. Let's see how much we need. Excellent. We can decrease this a little, the resistance. Let's leave it on 5. So you can see that they are resisting the gravity, but there's still some gravity. Maybe we can decrease the gravity a little or increase it to 200. Alright, now the thing here is that they are appearing and disappearing very fast, and that's because of the longevity. The longevity is, of course, how many seconds they last in the screen. So right now they are on 1 second, which is really little time. So we can increase this to 5 or 4. And of course, if we increase the longevity, we will have much more particles. And you can see that now they last a lot more. And they're looking really good. Now finally, let's increase our bird size, because you can see that they are looking really small still. So let's change this to 1.5. Now they are looking much better. Okay, that's it for the particle wars. Maybe we will need to change some of these settings later when we go to 3D, but for now these are really looking really good. So let's go to the next lesson.